Hey guys, and welcome on into another episode of Picks on Net, NHL Picks and Predictions. I'm your host, Terry Edelman, at TE Picks over on X, ready to break down today's slate. 12 games in the NHL today, so a whole bunch of great spots to talk about, which we will, of course, get into here. First, we will start, though, by recapping yesterday's slate. And on the show yesterday, unfortunately, an 0-2 day, 1-2 day, 1-1 day with my two premium plays on the site. Detroit lost, but I won with Montreal. So the two lines that looked really weird on yesterday's slate, I was on both of them. And of course, one cashes, one loses. So we move on. But looking at yesterday's slate on the show, Jack Hughes' anytime goal lost, and he had a breakaway. And I'll tell you, during that moment, when Jack Hughes is on a breakaway and he's skating towards Philip Gustafsson, I'm sitting there feeling so torn. Obviously, I hate to see the Wild get scored on, but I was cheering for Jack Hughes in that moment. And I was cheering for the goal for him to score against the Wild, but unfortunately, he did not score in the breakaway. So the anytime goal prop lost there. And Dylan Larkin had a breakaway as well, but he didn't score. He did continue his point streak, but unfortunately did not score. Emmett Finney got the goal. Larkin got an assist. So sadly, a rough day yesterday, but I really like today's slate. A bunch of good spots to talk about today, and I think it's going to be a good day on the show. So with that being said, we will go into the chat and see what people are thinking. Good afternoon, says Mr. X, Mr. Ice X. How's it going? Hi, Terry. Hi, Timothy. How's it going? Sup, Terry? Hey, Brewski. What's up? But we're going to jump right into it here because we have a whole bunch of games to talk about. And we'll start with the first one on the slate here. And I cannot believe these words are going to come out of my mouth, but this might be my favorite game of the night. The Chicago Blackhawks and the Tampa Bay Lightning here. In this one, the Hawks plus 255, road dogs. Tampa Bay Lightning minus 315 favorites here, and a total of 6 in this one. Now, if this was 3 weeks ago, before the season started, I would have said this line completely makes total sense. You've got the Hawks. They're a rebuilder. They've obviously been at the bottom of the standings the last few years. They're a rebuilding team. And then you've got Tampa on the other side, a playoff contender each year that has won Stanley Cups recently and has a strong core around them and had a very good season last year. So this line would make total sense, as I said, if this was 3 weeks ago. But this isn't 3 weeks ago. This is today. And if you look at what has happened this season, one team here that's plus 255 has been the better team all season long. This Hawks team, 3-2-2 on the season. 3 wins, 4 losses. But all 4 of their losses were 1-goal losses. Obviously, both games in the overtime / a shootout, but both of their regulation losses were 1-goal losses. Then you have Tampa Bay on the other side. They've lost 5 of their first 6 games. Obviously, losing 4 of their last 5, and then they go to Columbus and they lose there too in their last game. So now they're home where they're 0-2 here. And then you have this Blackhawks team coming in here. Give me the Hawks plus 1.5, plus 108. This line just is awful. I get it. Tampa Bay is the better team when you look at it roster wise, but they're not playing like they're the better team whatsoever. The Lightning's one win was a 4-3 win against Boston. The Hawks should just not be this big of an underdog, and I absolutely have to take them. As much as I would not have, if you told me this 3 weeks ago, I would have laughed at you if you told me I was taking the Hawks against the Lightning. But this is what's happened. If we look at previous meetings between these teams, the road team is 4-0 over the last 2 seasons. The Blackhawks have won their last 2 games in Tampa Bay. And that was when we had a much worse Hawks team and a much better informed Tampa Bay Lightning team. So give me the Hawks plus 1.5 at plus 108. I got it for to start off the slate. Looking at shots on goal props here, Brandon Hagel over 2.5 shots on goal minus 115. He's done that in 3 consecutive games. Ryan Donato has been shooting the puck a lot, but no value on his shot prop. Point prop, Ryan Donato, as I just mentioned, points in 4 consecutive games, plus 146. He's scored in 3 consecutive games. He's plus 380 to score a goal. Frank Nazar, over half a point, plus 105. That's a good look as well here. Assist props, Victor Hedman assists 3 consecutive games, but minus 135. There just isn't any value, as you would expect with any Tampa Bay props. And when we look at the goaltending matchup here, Spencer Knight is likely to start, which makes me love this play even more. He's 2-2-1 with a 1.95 goals against average and a 937 save percentage behind that Hawks defense, which is just incredible. So if it's Vasilevsky, he's 0-2-2, 3.49 goals against average, 884 save percentage. I have to take the Hawks. So we're doing it. Plus 1.5 here in this game. If Tampa wins by 2, am I going to give the Hawks shit on tomorrow's show? Probably, but that's just the way it goes. That's the way it goes. Big T, going to the Oil game tonight. My girl's cousin is on the Habs. Can you break it down, brother, please? Yes, I have a play in that game, but unfortunately for you, it's at the end of the show. So you got to stay tuned. You have to stay tuned. Overtime and bolts. Hey, I'll take it. I will take that. Give me overtime. Greetings, Terry. Hey, Subaru. How's it going? Underdog day. Hawks and Habs. Yes, it's an underdog day. I think it's a great day for dogs today. I completely agree with that. Go Hawks, go. Go Terry, go. Yes, go Terry, go. And I guess go Hawks, go for tonight, but that's it. Okay. Sup, Terminator. Hey, Sloth, how's it going? Good vibes. Thank you, Nicholas. Always coming in, bringing good vibes. Hawks money line plus 250. You could go with that. You could go that way. I'm playing it safe with the plus 1.5 because plus 1.5 at plus money. Yes. Nazer anytime goal. You could go that way. Foligno question mark. Is he back? I'm not sure if he's back or not, but obviously hasn't played much recently, but thanks, brother. No problem. I do like that game, and we'll talk about it coming up shortly. But on to the next game. As usual, 12-game slate. I'll be breaking down a lot of the games, and then the rest of them will be in the rest of the games on the slate segment at the end of the show. But Detroit Red Wings and the New York Islanders. Detroit plus 115, road dogs. The Islanders minus 135, home favorites. In total 6 here in this game. Detroit, obviously, second night of a back-to-back, playing last night. They've won the last 4 meetings between these two teams. Obviously, Detroit's got off to a great start this season. Not so great of a game last night. And that's kind of being nice about it. Losing 4-2 to Buffalo. Detroit just had an awful start in that game. They're lucky the Buffalo didn't run away with it early. Gibson stood on his head at the beginning of the game there, but Detroit tried to fight back late, but it was just too late. So they lost that game. But now they're going to get a spot to bounce back here against this Islanders team. And when I look at this game, I do lean with Detroit here at plus money. I think they've been the better team this year. They're at plus money here. The Islanders, though, they've won 3 in a row. 4-2 against Edmonton, 5-4 against Ottawa, and then 4-3 against San Jose. So they have faith. The last 2 games have been against the teams that have given up the most goals this year in Ottawa and San Jose. But the Islanders playing pretty well their last few games. I don't think they should be minus 135 here, though, in this one. So I do lean with Detroit at plus money here. But my play in this game is Matthew Schaefer over half a point, minus 110. Took the assist prop in the last game at plus 125. Mostly being because the point prop had moved and was at minus 125. So I decided to go with the assist prop at plus money. Today, I'm going with the point prop at minus 110. And reason being, he's already broken 4 records and tied another for what he's done in his career so far. The record he tied was the most points by a defenseman to start their career. He tied that against Sidlicki with 6, obviously looking to break that record. But he's already been the youngest defenseman to do this, the youngest defenseman to do that. There's like 4 different things that he's done already. So I won't go over all of them. But basically, he has been absolutely incredible for this Islanders team. Exactly what the Islanders need is he's very young at 18, but a young defenseman that's exciting and that can bring some offensive talent to this team. So Detroit on the second night of a back-to-back here. Previous games between these teams, 3 overs, 2 under, 1 game finished with 6 goals. So I would expect goals here in this one. So we'll take Matthew Schaefer over half a point. Or you could go with the assist prop, whatever you like. But he did get the assist in the last game, also scored the game-winning goal. So I just decided instead of messing, because he can score goals as well and assists. So I don't want to play around with that. So I'll just take the point prop here. Cam Talbot should be a net 3-0-0, a 1.77 goals against average, 932 save percentage. So he's played really well for Detroit. But David Riddick for the Islanders, 1 game, but was good, really good against the Oilers, 31 of 33. Stop saving 31 of 33 shots, and he's been really good in that game. So we'll see if he can keep it going here. But we'll take Schaefer over half a point in this one. The best way to go with Dylan Larkin right now, honestly, I would parlay him and Raymond to get a point together. That would be the best way, in my opinion, to go about it. Because Larkin has been assisting. He's been scoring. I took him to score last night. I'm not today. But I think the best way to go would be to take his point prop and parlay it with Lucas Raymond. Other players hot right now. Matthew Barzal, who didn't skate this morning. He's scheduled to play. So Bo Horvat also on a 3-game point streak. Emil Heineman on the top line for the Islanders. He scored in back-to-back games, plus 475. And Bo Horvat has scored in 3 consecutive games, plus 169. Emmett Finney for Detroit, back-to-back games for him, plus 420 to score in this game. Assist props, Matthew Schaefer assist, 4 games in a row. Dylan Larkin assist, 4 games in a row. Matthew Barzal and Lucas Raymond, both 3 games in a row with an assist. All 4 of those guys plus money. So if you were looking at props there, single props other than Schaefer, I would look at the assist props for Larkin or Raymond or both. As I said, I would parlay their points together if I was playing other props here in this game. But we will jump into the chat here. Safe is good. Yeah, especially when I'm not off to the start of the season that I want in the NHL. Playing it a bit safer is better in my opinion. So yeah, I agree. Salute, Terry. Hey, Kev, how's it going? Hope all is well. Schaefer point assist. Yeah, exactly. ATM Schaefer point. Yeah, basically. So far this year. Larkin assist. Yeah, that's probably the better way to go. But then again, watch, he probably scored the hat trick tonight. So, yeah. Larkin anytime goal and DeBrincat assist. Okay. Okay, so you're hoping for some power play action there. Top power play together, but not on the top line together, unless something has changed. But we will continue on along with the next game that I'm going to be breaking down, which is the Philadelphia Flyers and the Ottawa Senators. Here in this one, Philadelphia plus 135 road dogs, the Ottawa Senators minus 160 home favorites, a total of 5.5 here in this one. And right off the bat, I said it's a dog day. When I looked at yesterday's slate, I thought, okay, it's a dog day today. And this is another dog that I think is live here in this game. The Philadelphia Flyers, plus 135. They've been playing pretty decent hockey. They've kind of been burning me when I've been betting against them. It hasn't been going so well. And the Ottawa Senators have allowed the most goals in the NHL this season. They've lost 5 of their last 6 games. They're just not doing well. They really shouldn't be this big of favorites in this game. However, if you look at previous history between these teams, it's very one-sided in favor of Ottawa. 6-1-1 in the last 8 meetings between the teams. We've seen a lot of high-scoring games. 7 consecutive games have gone over 5.5. And if you had to take the 6, 6 of the last 7 have gone over 6.5. The one game that didn't finish with 6 goals. So high-scoring games between these teams in the past, and the way Ottawa's playing right now, the over didn't hit in their last game. But I wouldn't be surprised to see goals here. So I lean with Philadelphia. Don't like the previous history between the teams, so going to stay off. But I also lean with goals. I think we get goals most likely on both sides here in this game. Looking at goaltenders for this one. Bear with me for a second. Dun, 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 dun. I know we have some. Yeah, there we go. Dan Vladar confirmed for Philadelphia. 3-1, 1.74 goals against average, and 929 save percentage. He's been great. Exactly what the Flyers have needed. And then Linus Ullmark on the other side. 2-3-1. 3.8 goals against average, 854 save percentage. Has not been good for him, but did a little bit better there in his last start. So looking at player props here in this one, there are guys on streaks here in this one. Shots and goal props, not so much. Point props, he's minus 135, but I would say a good parlay piece. Dylan Cousins has a point in 5 consecutive games for the Ottawa Senators. Trevor Zegras, a point in 5 consecutive games for the Flyers. He's plus 108. Tyson Foerster, points in back-to-back games. He's been really good for the Flyers, plus 124. Owen Tippett, points in 3 consecutive games. He's plus 104. And then Thomas Chabot, points in 3 consecutive games, plus 122. So some value there. When it comes to who's scoring goals right now, Owen Tippett for Philly, 3-game goal streak, plus 240. 3-game goal streak for Dylan Cousins on Ottawa, plus 225. Noah Cates, I was very close to pulling the trigger on Cates here, but as I mentioned on yesterday's show, going a bit lower volume here. But Noah Cates, anytime goal, plus 425. He's done that in back-to-back games and in half of the games for Philadelphia this season. So plus 425, there's a lot of value with him. And then assist props, Trevor Zegras, 5 consecutive games with an assist, plus 170. Drake Batherson, 3 games in a row, plus 135. And then Tim Stützle, 2 games in a row with an assist, minus 105. So players you can look at for props. I do think this will be a high-scoring game. So I think this will be a pretty good game for props here in this one. Good day, Terry. I'm here. Hey, Captain Bry. Nice to see you. Nice to see you on the live show. Terry Edelbags. Hopefully, Irish King. Hopefully. Tippett goals. Yeah. He's been scoring, and he's a sniper, so he's on a hot streak right now. A good look. Flyers team total over 2.5, minus 124. I like that. And over 5.5. I like that as well. Like I said, very high over history between these teams, and Ottawa not playing very well defensively or in net. And this Philadelphia team is getting offense. I just mentioned different guys on streaks, and they're all in different lines. So Philadelphia's offense is kind of spread out. Tip a point and Philly money line plus 238. Hey, that looks good. I like it. But we will move on along to our next game that I'm going to be breaking down, which is the Seattle Kraken and the Winnipeg Jets. Here in this one, yes, I said it's a dog day, but I didn't say every dog on the slate. So don't go betting every dog because, well, there might be those people that look at this slate and thinking, I'm going to bet every dog and I will be profitable, which I think is true. But that doesn't mean you should bet every dog. And this is maybe one where you should stay clear. The Kraken plus 190, road dogs. The Jets minus 230, home favorites. Total 5.5 here in this one. Seattle, off to a pretty hot start overall. I believe that they have lost. 3-2-2 now on the season. 1-2-2 on the road. Losing back-to-back games. 5-2 in Philly. 4-1 in Washington. So the magic is starting to wear off. And if you look at it, the Kraken have actually lost 4 of their last 5 games with an overtime win against Toronto, but every other game was a loss. And they're on a long road trip here. On the other side, you got Winnipeg 5-1 on the year. They've won 5 games in a row since their first game of the season, which was a loss. And when you look at previous history between these teams, the teams have faced each other 12 times since Seattle became a team. Winnipeg has won 10 of those 12 games. This has not been a team that Seattle has enjoyed facing whatsoever. It has been overtime in 2 of the last 3. So the Jets haven't necessarily been running away with things recently. And when you look at the total, 3 of the last 6 went over 6.5. 3 of the last 6 went under 5.5. So no edge with the total, but Winnipeg probably takes care of business by winning this game at least. Might be a close one. It might not be. But for me here in this one, give me Mark Scheifele. Anytime goal plus 155. Cashed on it in his last game. Scoring in his first 4 games. Leaned with it in the 4th game that he scored in. Didn't pull the trigger. Wasn't making that same mistake. Again, I'm not one of those people that think, oh, it's too late to jump on the streak. I don't think that way. I jumped on it for the 5th game. He scored again. So Mark Scheifele, anytime goal. A very good look here in this one. Other players on streaks. Well, this is a long streak, but no value with it. But Jordan Eberle, over 1.5 shots on goal, 11 consecutive games going back to last year, minus 175. So it would have to be a parlay piece, but he's shooting the puck a ton. No big surprise with Scheifele scoring goals. 5 games in a row, over 2.5 shots on goal, which I'm seeing for plus 110. So there is value with Scheifele shots on goal props. Point props, Scheifele 8 games in a row. Not much value with his point prop. Niederreiter for the Jets, 4 games in a row with a point, plus 126 for him. Jonathan Toews for Winnipeg, back-to-back games with a point for him. As I mentioned, Scheifele 5 games in a row with a goal there. And then assist props, no big surprise. Kyle Connor has 5 assists. Scheifele has 5 goals. All right. 5 consecutive games with a goal. Connor has 5 consecutive games with an assist, but minus 145. No value there unless you parlay him with Scheifele. Niederreiter, 4 games in a row with an assist, plus 261. So some value with Nino Niederreiter here to get an assist. But we're going with Scheifele anytime goal. And if you don't like the plus 155, you want it a bit higher, you could put Connor assist in there. And I think that would still be a good play. Let's see. I got Tippett 2 goals at plus 3,200. Wow, now it's plus 2,000. Wow, that's you beat some good line movement there, Al. And best of luck. Jets first period -0.5, full game, puck line, and over 5.5. All right. Hey, can't talk you off it. That's for sure. Scheifele anytime goal, money bag. It has been. If you bet it every game, you're up. You haven't lost yet. So I see 4 or 5 dogs on this and possible 2 overtime on the slates today. I agree, Kev. It's a dog day. And we'll probably see some overtimes too. I got the Jets and Rangers in a money line parlay. Oh, interesting. The Rangers, I'll talk about them at the end of the show. Quite a few people in my power rankings video, the Rangers were the team that most people said I have way too high. So maybe I'm a bit too high on the Rangers, but I'm late. Smash the like still, Terry. Thank you, Richie. Everyone be like Richie. Hit that like button. And thank you to everyone that has hit the like button and all the viewers on the show. The show is doing really well with views this year, so I'm really, really happy. Appreciate that. And all to the new subscribers as well, growing every day. I love it, guys. A sprinkle Scheifele, yeah. See, me and Captain Rye, we're like, we think the same way. So, yeah, I don't think I've ever said no to something Captain Bry has said because we think the same. I typed Scheifele before you said it, LOL. He's been clutch. Yeah, he has. He's been great. Hopefully he keeps it up here against a team that the Jets have done very well against. But up next, we have the Utah Mammoth and the St. Louis Blues. Utah, plus 100. Road Dogs. The Blues, minus 120. Home favorites. And a total of 5.5 here in this game. And, I forgot goalies in the last one. I was on such a roll. It's been a while since I forgot goalies. Bear with me for a second as I look and see if I can find the goalies for this game. I can't. Why? Connor Hellebuck. We'll go back. Connor Hellebuck for the Jets. Nobody get announced for the Kraken. So there we go. I didn't forget, but I did. And you know what? Because I did that, I will start with goalies right away here in this one. Joel Hofer confirmed for St. Louis. 1-1 with a 5 goals against average and an .824 save percentage. Played in 2 games. One really bad one there. The other one not so bad. But the Blues and then Karelvich Melka unconfirmed. He's 4-1 with a 2.19 goals against average and a .911 save percentage. When I look at these 2 teams here, Utah has been an incredibly defensive team so far this year. They're playing really great defense in front of their goaltending, and they're just not allowing much. Vanacek, he's 1-1 with a 2.01 goals against average and an .897 save percentage. Binnington, 2-1-1, 2.60 goals against average, .894 save percentage. So he's played better than Hofer, who's getting the start here in this one. Utah, 4 wins in a row, all at home though. So got off to a perfect start at home, 4-0, coming off a 4-3 overtime win, a big win against the Colorado Avalanche. So their previous 3 wins, Calgary, San Jose, Boston. Those are 3 weak opponents, but beating Colorado in overtime was a great win for Utah. St. Louis continued to just not play well at home this year. They have a 3-1 win against Dallas at home. Otherwise, they've lost their other 3. Losing 5-0 to Minnesota, 8-3 to Chicago, and then losing 2-1 in overtime to the Blues in their last game. Against the Kings in their last game. So the way I look at this one, I think Utah is the right side here. I don't really like the way the Blues have been playing recently, but we'll have to see how Utah does on the road here. This game obviously heading on the road. Nick Schmaltz assist, I've been betting, and he's been scoring, so I'm not going to mess around with that. Looking at players on streaks, Nick Schmaltz over 2.5 shots in goal, plus 120. He has done that in 4, 5, 6 of 7 games this year. He has 3, 4, 3, 6, 6, Only 1 shot against Boston, and then 4 against Colorado. So Nick Schmaltz has been shooting the puck a lot, which is why he's scoring. Looking at point streaks, not a lot of streaks that are good for single plays. Dylan Guenther, I should be on Dylan Guenther anytime goal. I should. Back-to-back games with a goal, plus 200 for him. Trying to keep it lower volume, but Dylan Guenther, anytime goal, is a play I do really like here. Clayton Keller assist, minus 115, 3 games in a row for an assist with him. But with Nick Schmaltz being Mr. Scorer recently, and he has scored in only 2 of the last 3 games, but 4 goals during that stretch. So those are other props you can look at. For St. Louis, not a lot of consistent offense. They only scored 1 against the Kings in their last game, so not a lot of consistent offense from the Blues right now here. I've cashed Scheifele anytime goal, Connor assist, same game part. Yeah, the last 4 games. There you go. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep going. Keep going. Vejmelka having best season to start of his life. Yeah, he's been doing great. He has. And I like this, Captain Bry. I do. Keller Schmaltz point parlay. That's another way to go about it. If you don't want to mess around with Schmaltz goal like I have, or a Schmaltz assist like I have, go with the point prop. Because if you go and you switch to him scoring tonight, he's going to get 3 assists. Watch. So this is the way to go about it. I like that, Captain Bry. I like that. But next game I'm going to be breaking down here, and then there's 2 more after that, and then I'll get to the other games on the slate. Los Angeles Kings and the Dallas Stars here in this game. The Kings plus 125, road dogs, and the Dallas Stars minus 150. Home favorites in this game. Jake Ottinger confirmed for Dallas. Nobody yet confirmed for the Kings. Should be Darcy Kemper in this game. And I don't know. When I look at this game here, Dallas has been in a little bit of a funk. Obviously 3-3 now. They've lost 3 games in a row. 5-3 to Vancouver, 3-1 to St. Louis, and then 5-1 to Columbus in their last game. So at home as well, losing 2 consecutive home games. So things aren't going quite well for Dallas right now. The Kings 2-3-2 in the season. Getting that 2-1 win against St. Louis doesn't impress me really much. The way I look at this game, I think Dallas is the right side here, but I just don't like the price. The way they've been playing right now, I don't really like the odds here at minus 150. Previous meetings between these teams, Dallas 5-1-1 in the last 7 meetings. They've had a lot of success against the Kings, and back-to-back games over 7.5. The last 2 games between these teams over 7.5. We're seeing a total of 5.5 here. So could be some value on the over in this game. But Dallas hasn't been scoring a lot recently. Shots and goal props, Wyatt Johnston over 2.5 plus 120. There's some value with him. Point props, Kuzmenko back-to-back games with a point plus 112 for him. Goal streaks, nobody's really on any kind of goal streak here recently. Johnston was hot. Fiala was hot. Both didn't score in the last game. Adrian Kempe, back-to-back games with an assist. He's been on an assist streak recently. Overall in this game, nothing. Nothing for me, but I did want to talk about it here. There we go. My point parlays are usually at FanDuel because DK juices it up way too much, sometimes up to 70 cents. Yeah, I agree. I almost like Keller, Schwartz, 2 points each. Captain. Oh, for the Captain Bry. Yeah. Little Funk. Hey, it's only 3 games, Richie. It's 3 games. But yeah, after losing 2 and then that last one against Columbus was just not pretty. So But the Stars are going to bounce back eventually, and I think this could be a good spot, but I'm not putting my money on it. Over 5.5, not in love with the play. Sprinkle Kempe over 1.5 points. He's done that in 3 straight games. Yeah, he's been doing really good. He's been doing that really good. I'll be on someone here, don't know yet. All right. But on to the next game, and then one more, and then I'll go to the final games on the slate. The Montreal Canadiens and the Edmonton Oilers here in this game. Montreal plus 190, road dogs. The Edmonton Oilers minus 230, home favorites, and a total of 6 here in this one. Samuel Montembeault confirmed for the Habs, 2-2, 3.25 goals against average, 857 save percentage. So the numbers for Montembeault, not quite what he wants this year. Jakub Dobeš has been completely lights out recently. Calvin Pickard for the Oilers, 1-1, 2.52 goals against average, but an 865 save percentage here in this one. Yes, this is a back-to-back for the Montreal Canadiens, obviously playing in Calgary yesterday. I won with Montreal Canadiens money line yesterday, and I'm going right back to it again here today. How I look at this game, okay, the Habs might lose this game. It's very possible. Finnegan likes Montreal, so he's a good dog. He's going to get a treat after the show. But yeah, he's barking right now. If you guys can't hear him, he likes Montreal this game, so I like that. But the Habs plus 190 in this game. I'm sorry. Have the odds makers watched the Habs this year? They have been a top 15 team at least all year long. They're obviously in the top part of my power rankings. These two teams are a lot closer matched than the odds say here. This Edmonton Oilers team, they've lost 3 of their last 4 heading into this game. Long road trip, coming home here. I get it. It's not the best spot for the Habs, but 6-2 on the year. The Oilers, yeah, they broke their 3-game losing streak with a 3-2 overtime win against Ottawa in their last game. An Ottawa team that's lost 5 of 6 and has given up the most goals this year. But Edmonton only able to score 3. They are losing their previous 3 games 4-2, 5-3, 4-2. Montreal plus 190. There's just incredible value with the Habs in this game. So I'll take him here at this great plus price in this game. Shots and goal props, not really much value there. Jake Wallman, back-to-back games with a point for the Oilers since he's started playing this season. Ivan Demidov, I mentioned him yesterday. He is heating up for the Habs. 3 consecutive games with a point for him, plus 124. Lane Hudson is also starting to heat up as well. Jake Wallman scored in his last game, plus 700. Curtis Lazar scored in his last game, the first game of the season for him, plus 550. Bolduc scored again. He's starting to heat up a little bit. He scored in half of the games for the Habs this year, 4 of 8, and he's plus 420. So some value there. Assist props, Demidov. Assist 3 consecutive games, plus 223. There's definitely value on Demidov today, I think, here in this one. Edmonton, 4-2 in the last 6 meetings. 2 of the last 3 have gone to overtime. And we've actually seen 4 consecutive unders, under 5.5s, between these teams in the past. But with the Montembeault, how he's playing recently, I don't think this is going to be a low-scoring game, but I'm not on the total. Give me Habs money line, plus 190 in this game. No way. Yes way. I like the just looking at this game. I get it. Back-to-back for the Habs, not the best spot, but Edmonton should not be minus 230 against the Habs. They just shouldn't. They shouldn't. Finnegan, is he an Irish settler? No. He's an Irish name, but he is a Yorkshire Terror. So whatever country that's from. I guess maybe England. I don't know. I played Habs plus 1.5. I may go back and sprinkle the money line. Yeah, if you want to go with the plus 1.5, you could do that as well. I think around minus 130. So a little out of my price range, but a good look there. But final game I'm going to break down before I get to the final games on the slate for the few that I didn't. And I had to break this game down, of course. Carolina Hurricanes and the Colorado Avalanche, probably because it's the game of the night. The Hurricanes plus 115, road dogs, Colorado minus 135, home favorites, and a total of 6 here in this one. And when I look at this game here, Carolina 5-1 on the season so far. The Avalanche 5-0-2 at home, 5-0-2 in the season. Both have played very, very well this year. Carolina coming off their first loss of the season to Vegas. They're on the 20th, so they've had a couple of days off on this long road trip. A couple of days in Vegas. And then Colorado on the other side, 3-game win streak they had snapped against Utah in their last game. But Colorado 5-0-2 on the season. Carolina 5-1. These have been, and these are the top 2 teams in my power rankings, if you missed it. So the way I look at this game, Colorado 4-2 in the last 6 meetings between the teams, and 4 consecutive games over 6.5. So back-to-back years, we've seen games be very high scoring between these teams. And I would lean that way. I would lean with the over 6 here in this one. Looking at goalies here. Bear with me for it. Scott Wedgwood confirmed for Colorado. No big surprise there. He's been great. And then Frederick Anderson unconfirmed for Carolina. Obviously, his picture is right over there. Marty Necas obviously played for the Carolina Hurricanes for the majority of his career until coming over here to Colorado, now facing his former team. And Necas has been great this season for the Avs. Now, 3 consecutive games with just 1 point, but he's on a point streak, 7 consecutive games going back to last season. He has scored in back-to-back games and assisted in 4 games before that. So it's kind of hard to predict. Is he going to score? Is he going to get an assist here? But I would look at over 1.5 points for Necas. I do think he's going to have a good game here. Sebastian Aho, Seth Jarvis, both 9-game point streaks. I would parlay those 2 together in a same game parlay. I've been going with the Jarvis to score, and then he's been assisting. So I would just go with the point props for these guys. And then that's basically it for player props. I would be looking at Necas and then Aho and Jarvis for the Canes in this one. Go back. Canes are wearing Whaler jerseys tonight, I believe, if that means anything. Well, then I want them to win because I love the Whalers jerseys. Oh, so Colorado will be wearing the Quebec Nordiques jerseys as well. So that'll be really interesting. No way, Connor. Are you talking about Kyle Connor or Connor McDavid or what? Let us know. But other games on the slate, games that I did not break down here on today's slate. Anaheim, Boston. The Ducks off a win, 3-0-0 in their last 3 games between the 2 teams. We've seen overtime, 2 of the last 3 going overtime, and 3 of the last 5 going over 6.5. And with the goalie matchup we have, I think it could be a high-scoring game here. Peter Mrazek confirmed for the Ducks. Only 1 game. He did win it against the Sharks, but he's got a 6 goals against average and a .739 save percentage. Gave up 6 goals and 23 shots against the Sharks. Can't do much worse than that. Jonas Corposalo on the other side, 1 and 2, 3.35 goals against average, .865 save percentage. He's been doing not so good either. So this game is probably a good game for player props. And looking at guys on streaks here, when it comes to the point props, Beckett Seneke, plus 110. He's been good for the Ducks. Troy Terry, Mason McTavish, both 2-game point streaks, minus 120, minus 130. So not a lot of value there. Goal props, Cutter Gauthier, Beckett Seneke, Leo Carlson all scored in their last game. Not really on big streaks, but there's value with their goal props. And then assist props, not much guys on streak. Pavel Zacha back-to-back games. So not a lot of guys are on streaks here, but I think this could be a good game to look at for player props. Pittsburgh and Florida. Florida 6-0-1 in the last 7 games between the teams. 3 of the last 4 going over 6.5. And overtime, 3 consecutive games and 4 of the last 5 between Pittsburgh and Florida. There has been overtime. So if I was betting a draw on today's slate, just because of those numbers, it would be Pittsburgh and Florida. But I have no interest in betting that game. I just don't. Point streaks here, or let's see, goal streaks. Sidney Crosby, 3 games in a row with a goal, plus 220. Anthony Mantha, back-to-back games with a goal, plus 400. And then the leader in goals for the Pittsburgh this year, Justin Brazeau, plus 485. Scored in the last game. Raquel, 3 games in a row with an assist, plus 155. Malkin, back-to-back games with an assist, plus 150. And Letang, back-to-back games with an assist as well. San Jose and New York Rangers. Not a game I'm betting at all, and I obviously didn't even have it as a game to break down individually. However, the Rangers, 11-0-2 in the last 13 games between these two teams. So that's going back these teams face each other twice a year, San Jose and New York. So 11-0-2 is going back a long time. 7 of the last 9 have gone under 5.5. So the Rangers should win, but at giant favorites, there's just nothing I want to get involved in that game. There's really not anybody on any kind of streak either. So I passed. I passed on that one. And then I believe the only one left is Vancouver and Nashville. Vancouver 4-2 in the last 6 meetings between the teams in the regular season. 3 of the last 5 going over 6.5. Got Connor Garland, a 4-game point streak. He's been doing well. And I believe those is, kind of split between goals and assists. That's basically it for that game. So that is it. That is the show for today. We will jump into the chat. I thought about Nature's 2+ points, but passed. Yeah, I think it's a good look, but so many games on the slate today. So ultimately stayed off. And tomorrow there is 4 games. For some reason, I only thought there was 2 games tomorrow. So should be fine to do a show tomorrow. But that's the show for today. Thank you to all the new viewers. If you're a new viewer, make sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button on the YouTube channel. You can become a member, $4.99 a month. Gets you early access to videos and all of my premium plays on every Saturday. I post them on the YouTube channel to members only. So you can get the premium plays for free on Saturday. But that is the show for today. Great show, Terry. Thank you, Captain Brian. Thanks for watching. Thanks, everyone, for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Best of luck tonight.